What's up guys, I'm Arjun, and you probably came across this video and you read the title and you're thinking to yourself, what is this guy talking about? You are your own competition. Like, this guy's clearly bugging out. But I'm not. What you need to understand is that there's millions, if not infinite versions of yourself. One might be a Fortnite player, one might be the president of the USA, and one might just end up as like some homeless bum on the street. But a lot of people have the misconception that when you're born, your life is predetermined, but it's not. This might sound like super obvious, but the way you get to where you want to be in life is by taking the necessary inputs and actions that this person, your desired self, would make. For example, right, say I wanted to be like a Fortnite player. My guys know, like, I tried to become a Fortnite pro a couple years ago, but it did not work out. But the way I was going to do that is by taking the action. I was grinding the game every single day. And then realistically, if I carried on, I would have went pro. But that's not what I want to be. I don't want to be some Fortnite player, I can't lie, but that's a different story. But this relates to myself because this is a little bit of my story, but I started dropshipping probably in like summer. Then I was working like pre-intermediately. So some days I used to work like for a couple hours. Some days I used to just leave it. And I always used to make excuses for myself. So say for example, like I had like a family event. I would always choose to go to the family event. Say I had like a sport Liverpool football team. So there was a Liverpool match. I choose to watch that rather than work. And what I never like began to grasp was that the millionaire version of myself, the successful dropshipper version of myself, would never have like watched the football match, went to the family event. He'd always commit to the work and always get his work done. That's the reason I was never successful with dropshipping. And I thought that was my fault. I thought that was dropshipping was bad. I thought like I was making a common excuse that dropshipping saturated, it's never going to work out for me. But it would have if I simply wasn't a bitch. I can't lie, but for me, I dropped dropshipping in like like mid-August. I dropped dropshipping, and then this is kind of when like my life started to change. Like I started like reading. Obviously, you guys know, you probably don't know, but there's a book called Reality Transfer thing that literally I started reading it, and it just helped me like with my mindset and like helped me understand what I need to do to get where I want to be. Not like specifically like in the book that if you want to become a millionaire, you have to do this, this, this. Not like that type of book. It's kind of explaining the mindset behind it and like the framing you need to have. So at that point in August, I started doing SMMA, and it wasn't SMMA that made me money. It was me. It was my mind. Because if I wanted to stick with dropshipping with that same attitude, I would have made money as well. But what I realized is that if I want to be this millionaire, if I want to be the successful agency owner, then I need to stop just bitching about like going out to family. Obviously, like seeing family and meeting loved ones is fine, but the way you're going to get to where you want to be isn't by just taking like 5 hours a day every single day, just doing what you enjoy. Because realistically, what millionaires aren't made in like comfortable situations. You have to go out of your comfort zone and you have to just work. Quite simply. So in that August, I decided to change myself and I just locked in. So I'm pretty sure like from a money perspective, I think I made about like £3,000 in August. And that like trajectory kind of continued in September. Then October, I wanted to scale even more. So October is obviously this month, and I decided to drop my clients in the UK and switch to the US. But this isn't a story about my life. This is kind of just telling you guys that if you want to get to where you want to be, right, you need to take the actions. I'm not even saying this from like, obviously I do SMMA. I'm not saying this from like an agency owner perspective. If you want to be like, let's say like an investment banker, which is what I wanted to do if I carried on with the school route. What I would have to do is I have to revise every single day, get top grades, go to a bunch of like work events, do all this stuff, right? Get my like LinkedIn profile good, like all that type of stuff, right? But I realized that's not where I want to be. I don't want to be like an investment banker. I don't want to be in an office all day. I want to like make something of myself. And it's easy, to be honest, if I wanted to be an investment banker because of my mindset. If I wanted to be like a 3 star, like American guys don't even know what that is. But if I wanted to have like top grades, right, I could easily. But that's not what I want to be. So it's kind of like a short video just telling you guys, if you want to get to where you want to be, access that mindset, access that millionaire mindset, access that investment banker mindset, and do every single action that the investment banker would. So yeah, this is kind of like a short video. I just wanted to explain a little bit more of the way I think and probably the way a lot of other people think as well. And what you need to do, because you are your own competition. You're competing with your mind to where you want to be. You're not competing with anyone else. Okay? Alright, so yeah, that's the end of the video. Have a good day.